I'm here from Grow with Sam. I will share tips about online business, digital marketing, and other things. Quora can be said to be the biggest question and answer platform on the web right now, with over 500 million visitors every month, with 50% of that traffic coming from Tier 1 countries. Tier 1 countries are countries with high purchasing power. We can safely assume that Quora can be the great marketing channel for you, no matter your niche and where your customers are located. I personally love Quora because no matter how hard or niche your question, you can usually expect to receive very high quality answers from real subject matter experts. One of the most common questions people ask when they're about to use Quora is how to find questions to answer on Quora. So in this video, I will show you 4 different ways of finding the right question to answer on the platform. Number 4 is the best for me. When we're done with that, I will then show you how to craft the perfect answer for those questions and enjoy the long-lasting impact that will drive consistent traffic for a very long time, even when you're no longer active on the platform. What are the steps to finding the right question to answer? Using the search bar. Using the search bar and finding the right question to answer. The truth is, not all Quora questions can give you the results you're looking for. Constant research on topics and questions within your niche is crucial to the success of your Quora marketing efforts. There are some things you should know about how to search for the right questions. Of course, first, you have to define the relevant search phrase or keyword and enter in the search bar before you can even start choosing the right question. The keyword I'll be going with is affiliate marketing. And from this drop down, you choose the first option under search. From the search results, filter by the number of question followers. The number of followers is actually the number of people waiting for answers to this particular question. The truth is, the higher it is, the better. This is manual work, so get ready to spend some time searching for the best question. Let's open each of these questions in a new tab. And figure out the number of followers for each of the questions. So for this particular one, the number of followers are 741. 1.1, that's 1,100, and 974. So when you post your answer in any of these questions, let's say this particular one, that means there are 974 persons that will be notified of your answer. 974 persons have the options or the opportunity of seeing your response. The second option is to filter by time. As you can see, there are many questions here, but we can't tell the exact time these questions were asked. So instead of wasting your time responding to questions that are very old, one of the smartest things to do is to filter by time. And how do you filter by time? You choose from any of these options. The sweet spot is to filter by the past week. So when you filter by the past week, questions beyond a week will be eliminated. You have questions from 7 days till date. Let's just have a glimpse of the number of followers for these questions that were filtered by time. Here we have 5 persons following this particular question and 11 answers so far. 11 followers to this particular question and 5 answers so far. Just 1 follower and 6 answers so far. Yes, it's good to answer old questions with not too many answers already, but it's also good to answer questions that are new with few followers. The purpose of this option is so that your answer can be at the top. All the questions with a high number of followers with many answers, not to mention ranking high on Google, were once new questions, and you never can tell how a question will perform in the future. Some questions will bring you tons of instant traffic, then fizzle out, while some will bring you long-term, consistent residual traffic. It's a good option to have a blend of both strategy. Number 2, using the answer tab. When you go to the answer tab, then you will find 2 categories: questions for you and answer request. In the first category, you can find questions suggested by Quora based on the topics you are interested in. And in the second group, answer requests, there will be questions that other Quora users want you to respond to. These, of course, are not common, but a good indication that your answers are beneficial to so many readers and you're being perceived as a subject matter expert. So these are the questions under questions for you. And these are the questions specifically asked and directed to me by other Quora users. The third option is using the related questions in finding the right answer or finding the right questions to respond to. I've opened one of the questions. So these are the related questions. When you provide answers regularly on Quora, the platform starts suggesting related questions which are usually located on the right side of your screen. And if there are no too much responses, you can also find the answer at the base of your screen. But because there are 100 plus answers there, scrolling down will definitely take time. So you can find the related questions on the right side of your screen and also at the base of your screen. Do not ignore them. The more you answer, the better is your reputation. From my experience, I see that most of the questions are usually old with a high number of responses. But the truth is, a lot of those questions are ranking high on Google. And when you answer those questions, you start to enjoy Google traffic when these questions are searched directly on Google. Another way to finding good questions to respond to is to leverage smart insights from Quora apps, but you're not going to pay a dime. Not all questions are worth your time and effort. The beauty of using this app is that you get to see how many questions or how many views rather a question is receiving before you even spend time answering it. When you click on the 3 dots beside the question, you'll see the stats about that question. But these few stats won't give you the full picture about that question. The stats box is a first indicator, but not a reliable one. Can get way more accurate estimates on the traffic to a particular question and every other question through Quora app. Go to your ads manager. New campaign. Enter any word there. Generic, any budget, and click on continue. Test. Question. Remember, the keyword we're working with, affiliate marketing. So enter the keyword in here. So these are the questions provided by the hard insights from Quora, and we can see the weekly views that each of these questions are getting. Now that we have seen the 4 ways to figuring out the questions to be answered, let's delve into crafting the perfect answer on Quora for the following tips. Tip number 1, be trustworthy. With every Dick, Tom, and Harry jumping on Quora to write crappy answers, it's very important that you differentiate yourself as an authority in your niche, and you start by customizing the short bio that will appear on top of your answer. Present yourself as a subject matter expert. Write authoritatively, especially when the question asks is about your service or product. Use words that present you as a subject matter expert and that you know what you're writing or talking about. For example, definitely, certainly, no doubt, I'm sure, absolutely. Don't be too promotional when you're responding to answers, to questions rather. When you do promote, when the question asks for it, the benefit of using your solution should be the focus. It shouldn't be about what you can do. It should always be about what the user stands to get out of it. And if you have concerns about being banned for mentioning your product, which is not uncommon, add a disclaimer. So your answer will be considered as, I know this because I work here. Another thing that you can also incorporate in your answer is screenshots, graphs, infographics, images, and other relevant visual content to validate the thought you're pushing. The truth is, visual content is more attention grabbing and is processed faster than text. Your response should even begin with image to make your answer stand out from other answers. Use videos. Videos are even more attention grabbing than pictures. Beyond being a smart way to complement your answer, it's also a way to promote your videos. Make your point known. Go over your answer again and make sure the readers won't be asking at the end and waiting for more. Give full and rich answers. Let your answer be in the form of a mini article. The longer, the better. Check that all important points are well covered and the text isn't hurting to the eyes. They are well spaced and properly formatted, because text formatting is highly important. Use numbers and bullet points where necessary. Important parts can be bolded or written in italics for emphasis. The paragraph should not be too lengthy. It should be short. Make short and long sentences to enhance readability. And when using Quora for marketing, remember that direct linking to landing pages is not allowed. But links to relevant resources like your blog and website can be inserted. From your blog, you can direct the traffic anywhere. Be smart with the use of links. Do not just insert a URL in the middle of a sentence. You can use relevant anchor text to not lose the text readability. Again, you should understand when answering questions, SEO optimization is not needed. No one can predict if a question will appear on Google search results or not. The likelihood of your answer appearing on the first page of Google search results is if the question itself is optimized. And no matter how many keywords are inserted in the answer, it won't appear in Google search results if the question itself doesn't rank. You can also use personal pronouns when responding to questions. Attract attention to your ideas and try to establish a connection because you're replying to a real person and not a bot. We've come to the end of the video and thanks for staying with me this far. So just to recap, the steps to finding the right question to answer. We talked about using the search bar, the filter by the number of question followers and or the time the question was asked. The sweet spot is the filter by a week. We also use the answer tab. We talked about using the related questions and of course leveraging smart insight using the Quora apps. After which we then looked at tips on how to craft the perfect answer. I hope that answers your question about how to find questions to answer on Quora. If you've gotten value from this video and would love to get expert marketing tips and become a better marketer, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and see you next.